Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show.tv. This is episode 313 from April the 19th of the year 2024. Today is a Friday, and today's episode is The Beauty of Discovering Who You Really Are. The title was hard on this one because we're going to talk about so much. We're going to watch 4 clips of the same video, which, as always, I include the link on the show notes in case you want to visit the original creator. Excellent channel, by the way. Specializes in what is called NDEs or near-death experiences. But I already actually used material from this channel on previous shows on near-death experiences, and that tunnel that is not the one we see on the screen right now, by the way, the different tunnel, what is called the reincarnation tunnel, and all of that, all this light that many experience when they have these near-death experiences. On this one, this was so different. It's only 14 minutes long, the full video. If I felt it was, a good idea, I would show the full video. But I think it's just too long to ask you to be with me for 14 minutes listening to another video. And so what I preferred is I cut it 4 clips, around 1 to 2 minutes each. One is even 40 seconds or something like that. And we're going to discuss these 4 very different topics on this beautiful experience by this gentleman. Because in a nutshell, what I believe is what he experienced is what I share in the last 2 minutes of the show, is this concept of discovering who you really are. So important, okay? I can only suggest to you, I can only try to ring something in you. It's like just switching on a light and hoping you see it, but you have to follow the road, you have to do all the work, because discovering who you really are, in the case of the gentleman, it was through a near-death experience, okay? I'm not saying we shouldn't go through that. That's pretty scary and that's not the only way. We can do it consciously, okay? We can do it consciously. It takes a lot more work, air quotes work, in a way. In this case of this gentleman, it happened all of us in a sudden through his near-death experience. But because we have 4 videos to watch, 4 clips to watch, let's start with the first one, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on each topic. Again, different things he discussed in these 40 minutes. My suggestion, if you have time, if this interests you, go to the show notes after watching this video and click on the full link so you get the full flow in video. Great stuff, great story. Honestly, it was ringing all the way. I watched it 2 times fully, plus I'm gonna rewatch it the 3rd time now using the clips. All right, let's watch the first clip of this video I'm talking about.
1,000 times bigger than my body. And I was completely content. My first reaction was, this is me. Now I remember. How did I ever think I was that thing? This is who I am. And I could see in every direction at once. And there was like a portal opened in front of me. If I had a front, which I didn't, but like a doorway or a gateway, it opened up into this long arcing, infinitely arcing tunnel that was somehow inside of and separate from, but part of this greater eternity that I was in. And there was this flowing sheen that was transparent, I could see through, and translucent, I could see the sheen at the same time. It was a flow, and I touched this flow with my soul consciousness, and it was all life. It was all life of all the universe and all the universes and all life there ever was and will be. And it flowed into me. And I tell this like in a sequence, but this is a place of timelessness, which means all time and no time, all time in one space and no time whatsoever. So it's really hard to describe it. I choose to describe it sequentially, if only for my own sanity. So I touched this thing and it inflowed into me, and it called my name, but not Peter. It called the name of my soul, that in which I could hear the creation of my being from aeons ago. I could see the long tail of my existence, of my soul, which was not Peter. And I could see the very creation of myself as a photon that was wave and particle, as part of the light itself, but separate and the same as, but distinct from. And I could see that I had other lives, but I couldn't see what they were. But I also knew that they weren't me, that the real me was the soul that contained them. They were little tiny like toothpicks stuck inside this much larger, everlasting soul. Then showed me all of the pain that I'd given away in my entire life, from the point of view, life review. But mine, which is different than others, mine was I suffered all the pain I gave away in my entire life from the point of view of the people I gave it to. I intended to give it to, and I didn't intend to give it to. And I felt that. I felt their pain, and it turns out that all the pain that I gave them was about 10,000. I keep using 10,000 because it's like some huge unimaginable number. And I suffered all of that, their pain plus times 10,000. They suffered a little bit. I suffered mostly. And the voice was saying inside me without sound, I love you. I've always known you. I've always known these things about you. I've known you since you were created. I've known the long tail of your soul. I know what you were like to be a human being in this life. I love you as you are. I made you. I've always known you. I've always.
Okay, so much stuff in those 2 minutes, minute and a half. So much stuff. I hope I don't forget because it's 4 or 5 topics. Okay. The first one is he starts by saying he knows he's not this. Okay. And it's a topic I touched many times and I've done videos. You're not what you see in the mirror. You're something else. Discover who you are. It's in the last 2 minutes of the show that you can ask the universe. You don't need to have a near-death experience. You can ask the universe, who am I? Okay. I want to know my real me. Okay. So it's related to that. So that's a different topic. But he also mentioned the thing about the name that this gentleman in this reality, if he's still with us, because I think the video is a little bit old, or probably has, I don't know, 10 years or something like that, was or is named Peter. Okay. And I share many times, I'm not Alex. I mean, Alex is my experience I'm having. The moment I transpire from this experience, it ends, which could be anywhere from the next second to, I don't know, what, 50 years? I don't know, 50 years will be too much, only 100, but whatever it is, whatever the number, then Alex transpires. Alex is done, expires. That's done. That's not my real name, okay? I discovered my real name through, very long story if I share where. It just happened in the last 2 years. I'm going to share it, no problem with that. It's very long, by the way, or spiritual names are very long. Some have like 8 or 9 words, okay? You want to call them last names, I don't know. Well, my first name in my soul is Jacobias, okay? Then it has 4 words more than that, but I'm going to share my first name, Jacobias, okay? So he probably heard his full soul name, okay? And yes, that stick with us throughout the experiences, okay? So the other thing he mentioned, I'm hoping, I didn't write them down, I'm hoping I'm not going to forget stuff I want to mention, is about the universe being all of it, everything, all the infinite universe, all the time in the universe, all the dimensions in the universe, all the densities in the universe, all the possibilities and timelines and everything, being everything at the same time. So I'm not sure if you mentioned this or this right there or in another clip, that's when time is not really important. And that's how our creator knows how this is going to end. He already has seen the final product, that the universe is a place of love, that the universe is a place of unity, that the universe is that we all understand we're brothers and sisters, not only on Earth. Earth is a minuscule part of the universe, okay? We tend to think everything on earthly terms. This is a universal thing. And we are all going to get along eventually because all the time of the universe has already been created, okay? And it's all at the same time. This is an extremely difficult concept to grasp. I'm not saying I'm getting it. It's beyond my understanding. I can barely explain what I think I understand. This is beyond our human understanding, okay? We are going to know things through the universal, spiritual, eternal, God-given, creator-given wisdom, stuff that right now as humans we don't understand. And if scientists try to explain this, they're going to make it full of assumptions, and they think they're smart, and they think they're smarter than us, which is not real. And for me, don't even go there. That's my suggestion. Everything that the universe entitles has already been created and is happening at the same time, okay? So this gentleman, as he was connected to the universe through his near-death experience, he left his persona Peter, his experience Peter on planet Earth, which is limiting. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying we should leave. What I'm saying is this experience is very, very, very limited, okay? So when he leaves that, he understands, he was understanding as a spirit, as a soul, in pure spiritual form, he was understanding that the universe, all the time, all the possibilities, all the timelines, all the densities, all the dimensions, they have already been created and they operate at the same time. Everything is the now, as it's called, okay? Very difficult stuff. I'm sorry. I don't want to lose you. And there's so much more coming. So let's proceed with the next clip. And I'm going to try not to forget special topics. But let's watch together with a lot of attention, because you're probably going to grab stuff that I didn't grab. So it's also going to benefit you. I'm sorry. I'm going to do my best effort to explain each clip as we go. Let's watch the second clip.
My own hell. Also judged myself as shameful, not because of what I had done, because it was also shown simultaneously that it wasn't my fault that I caused pain. That's a natural outgrowth of being a human being in this world. It's just the way it is. And every human being causes pain to other human beings and to themselves. And that's just the way it is. And that's a known thing by the divine. I carried home to heaven with me all the love that had been given to me, and all the love that had been given away, that I gave away, is like a treasure. And somehow it helped me turn my inner eye to the holy divine, and was, I don't know, burned clean by the divine fire of purgative love. When I had no more things I did not need, it wasn't like they were bad. It was like, you don't need them, and here's how to get rid of them. And once they were gone, I was filled with this combination of truth, joy, knowledge, bliss, understanding, compassion, hope, adoration, awe, paradise. The list is long, but they weren't all separate things. They're all one thing. And the one word that I would use is to encapsulate it all. Two words: beauty and love.
Okay, a couple of important things on this clip. Probably the most important on the short clip is when he mentions that the creator, the universe, everything, all this force, all this, support system we have of angels, ascended beings, masters, teachers that we have there, your own higher self, spiritual self, your own best version, the one that has already transcended into being a beacon of love and guidance, which has the possibility to, air quotes, come back. Again, time is linear, so it's a mess to understand that it's a dimensional thing. It's not a linear thing that they come back in time. All time operates at the same time. I know it sounds amazing. But all of this support system knows, very important, I share it with you, that they admire us as being human beings, because this density of reality in planet Earth is extremely difficult, and they know we're gonna, air quotes, fail, okay? We're gonna fail the universal laws of non-interference, of balance, of free will, of karma, and many others, okay? I concentrate on those four, but there are many others, I'm sure. And we fail in this reality because this reality set us up to fail as humans, okay? Yes. So I need to explain this, because we could take here the quick shortcut and say, hey, if we are set up to fail, let's be demons. Let's be... No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You should always have your best intentionality and morality in your heart. So any action you do in this reality, if you do it with the best intention, if you do it through your own morality in your heart, it doesn't matter the action. It doesn't matter what happens at the end, because if it's done through the best intention, that's the best you can do, and the universe knows, and your karma will be minimal, trust me, minimal, if any, at the end, because that's what you control, your intention. The universe knows you don't control your actions, because you depend on the out there. As I shared, what happens if you don't have any hands, if you're sick, if you don't have any money, if you are a mute, if you are deaf, and if you're blind. I mean, if you have these limitations, and even if you're a perfectly functional human being, you are limited by the out there. It's impossible that your actions totally reflect who you are. It's your intentions in your heart, in your own morality, that reflect who you truly are, that reflect what you really wanted, okay? And the universe knows, okay? So they want us, through religions, through the system, to put such impact on us, on our actions, or on our shortcomings, on our mistakes, that at the end you feel so bad that, I'm this horrible being, when you are not. When you are not, because if you had that beautiful intentionality and morality in your heart, you are fine. At the end, you are fine, and the universe knows, and this person is confirming this. That's the best. I know there was some other thing, but that really got me. I mean, that felt it was the most important message from that clip. So let's watch the third one so we don't go along on this Friday episode.
And no one could see it on Earth. They were all going about their daily lives, being utterly beloved, in particular by the divine, just like me, just like I knew that I was, because I was healed and well and without suffering. I didn't have a body to suffer. I didn't have any suffering at all. And the voice said, in the way that I love you now, I've always loved you. And I love everyone in particular including your parents, whose faces I could see in particular in the time of the world. And I could see in their souls and their faces, their suffering. And I knew that from the...
Okay, that was a short one. The intention was how we're asleep in this reality, spiritually speaking. And as I said, we're a spirit that takes a human form, takes a body, and operates in this reality and forgets about who we truly are. That's the importance of this short clip. That doesn't matter how, again, this is a spectrum. If you are the most materialistic, air quotes, non-spiritual person in the world, and this, again, you could be an atheist and you could be the most spiritual person in the world, okay? And you could be a hardcore Christian, Muslim, Jew, Buddhist, whatever, and you could be the most materialistic, non-spiritual person in the world. It really has very little to do with that. If you're submerged in this reality and you have totally forgotten who you are, the universe is always there with you all the time, 24/7, 365. You're alone watching, you're alone sleeping somewhere, you're driving, whatever, you are with people, you are, again, doesn't matter if you're with people or not. The universe is always there. And the universe always knows your intentions, okay? So you can fool others. You can think you're fooling yourself, but at the end, you never fool the universe, which is always love, doesn't judge you, okay? Doesn't judge you, but the universe knows. So don't worry if you have shortcomings. Don't worry if you feel you're not doing anything. You have the right intention, the beautiful morality in your heart. You follow that all the time without question, without saying, hey, this doesn't make sense, I can tweak it. No. Morality is yes or no, okay? And if you follow that, you really let yourself go. Like my very good friend Tony from London has this beautiful metaphor of you're out there in a rock in the ocean and you let yourself go, trying to go back to land, but you don't see the land. You have to trust the process. You have to trust the universe. You have to trust your spiritual connection, and you let yourself go and say, I'm going to go with this always. You made it. You made it. You made it. You're free. You're finally free. Okay. But there's no questioning, and there's no going back to the rock, and there's no saying, hey, this is hard, and this doesn't make sense, and my brain is telling me not to do it. Then you're going to hold on to the rock forever. Okay. You have to let go and trust the universe. The universe, as the gentleman is saying, that was the importance of that 40-second clip. The universe, we get submerged in this life of physicality, of materialism, this very difficult duality life, and we forget our spirit. And we forget our spiritual connection, and we forget our divine morality. That's really the compass that should steer your life. That's my suggestion. You do as you like. I'm no one. Okay. I'm just having like a torch here, and I'm hoping to get your attention. So you do the work and you traverse this road and you leave the rock on your own decision, not because I told you so. On your own, you leave the rock and you head for land and trust your spirituality. Let's look at the 4th video, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. And again, this is extremely beautiful 40-minute video of this gentleman. Please, if you can, look at it completely. And this channel has similar, but this is the best video I've seen from the channel, which I'm subscribed to, by the way. Let's watch it together.
And the day I came back from my death, the moment I came back, all faith was erased, all belief was erased. Came back with no belief in culture or religion or in God. Because to me, God is not a thing to be believed in. I know God is real. I know where I'm from. I know where I'm going. But more importantly, I know that I'm known by the knower of all. And I can't ever turn away from that. It's not something that ever shuts off. In addition to having no belief and no faith, I don't have any doubt. I am doubtless and completely unafraid of death because I know where I'm going.
Or I love in your book you say that it's like you don't believe in trees and birds, like you know they exist.
Right, exactly. So I don't have to believe that this glass exists and that water exists. We take it for granted. We know it exists. That was the same way, a similar way to which the divine presented itself as self-evidently so.
I think it's a very important thing that a lot of people talk about when they experience this as they come back. I don't know if depressed is the right word, but a longing to go back.
I had depression that was physiological. I mean, it developed. I longed to go back so much that I immediately regretted my decision.
Wow.
By the time I started having the mental capacity to consider what I had done and the choice I made a huge mistake coming back. All I wanted to do was go home. It's like living in a two-dimensional black and white world here,
Right.
compared to multicolor, multisensory VR immersion there. Once you've been in that place, coming here, as beautiful as it is, and I live in an extraordinarily beautiful place on purpose, so that I can get as close to beauty as I possibly can. But even that, it's just like, oh well, that's really pretty, but not the same as ultimate divine beauty.
Wow, I'm really a little bit speechless. I know I need to speak and give you my feelings, my opinions, but that was incredible what he said in this last clip. I'm gonna try to say this as slow and as careful as possible, because it could be the same thing that gentleman said could be taken as, hey, we hate this world, so let's leave it. It's awful. There's better things out there in the universe. No, it's not like that. He says, as beautiful as this is, this reality, that's why it's coming to an end. Okay, these realities. That's why I have a total difference of opinion with the ones that say that we should come back and back and back to this current reality to learn and learn and learn. And no, I mean, if we gather something, is again, the spirit doesn't suffer. The spirit doesn't need learning. Has the eternal wisdom, the creator given wisdom. We have these experiences. This reality is a glitch. Okay, this reality is a glitch. And we come here for a purpose. We come here with a purpose, but we come here one time. Okay, if we stick around for hundreds of times, it's because we're deceived through what is called the reincarnation trap. Okay, or reincarnation deception. As I shared many times, they deceive us, they trick us in life and in death. In a nutshell. Okay, that's why the gentleman is saying, he explains in another part of the video that he came back for his parents because he felt that his parents were going to suffer all the time with his passing until they will die. And they will notice that there was no suffering needed, that, that's a different thing, that, he is not gone. He exists somewhere else. Okay. So again, I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can, and you decide if I'm doing a good job or not. But this reality right now, that's why there's a new world coming, a new reality. Okay, that reality we're not going to want to live. Okay, by the way, that reality we are going to physically go on very long, possibly as long as we want. Again, death will become death, air quotes, death. That is a word, it doesn't exist really. It's a concept in this tainted reality. We're going to go on, 500 years, 1,000 early years. And then you're going to say, you know what, I want to experience something else, okay? And there's not going to be any suffering for you or for your beloved ones in this reality. We're all going to understand that you're going somewhere else. And we're going to wish you the best. And that is going to be a celebration, okay? I shared that a few months ago on an episode on that. That in this reality, that is suffering. That is suffering for the ones, especially, or 100% for the ones that are left behind, because they don't understand it. And they had to put, as the gentleman is also saying in this fourth clip about faith and belief, okay? Belief in a religious way is through faith, okay? I'm not sure that many people that claim, I've had conversations with people that say, hey, I don't know what happens after that, but you know what? I want to go to Mass, especially as you grow older. I've seen it in older people that they start going to Mass religiously with a discipline every Sunday. For example, I'm talking Catholics, Christians, and they go to Mass and they do their confession. They start to be better, air quotes, better, following the regulations of the religion, because they're saying, I'm reaching death, I'm getting closer to death, so who knows? So I want to be in good terms. That's very sad. That's the only thing I'm going to say. That's extremely sad if you think that way. Okay? As the gentleman said, I'm not afraid of death. Of course, that's what you need to reach. Lose the fear of death. Because one thing is believing and having faith, and one thing is knowing. 100, 1,000, 10,000, and the number he's using, 10,000%, that we go on forever, that we're beloved by creation, that we're the same part, we're the unity, we're the oneness, we're the everything, we are the universe, all of us together, okay? And once you realize that, you're extremely free because you feel it in your heart. Again, I'm not special. Please, I don't want this to be taken that way. I'm just sharing my experience that I know in my heart, all the things this gentleman is saying, okay? And they are beyond any possible doubt. There is zero doubt, okay? Zero doubt. Once you let yourself go, you know, it's not that you are, again, that there's a responsibility with this. It's not that God is going to steer your life. All the contrary, you're going to gain control. You're going to gain control and understand that you decide. And as he said, we come here, we have this density. Recently, I had a show on the fifth density and density realities. It's not that this life is bad, but the spirit, trust me, comes here one time and says, all right, we're done with this. Let's go somewhere else. Because the spirit takes, in this density of reality, the spirit is really kind of just along for the ride. It doesn't suffer. And this concept that we're here to learn, we're here to test our morality. If anything, we're here to test our morality. That's it. The learning, please, the spirit, the suffering, learning through suffering. Animals do that. I share many times, not a knock on animals. I love nature and animals, but they are different. They're having a basic experience. It's their only experience, okay? And they, unfortunately, learn their animal intuition through suffering is one of the ways they learn. One of the ways. So you can test it with your pets. You make them suffer, they don't want to suffer again. So if it's because they, I don't know, they made their, physiological necessities poop and, and whatever inside the house, and you leave them outside, I don't know, half a day, and they're crying all the time. Once you put them in, and you take them to the place they did the stuff, they're going to learn through suffering. I don't want to experience that again. So that goes in somewhere in their intuition of saying, okay, I shouldn't be doing this again because I'm going to suffer. But that's an animal form. So this concept that we come here to suffer and experience pain and do karma and then do it to each other, please, it's a very confused, darkened position. It's very unfortunate. It's part of a deception, okay? Don't believe me. Go into your own intuition, okay? As I'm saying, I'm just here ringing a bell for you to hear a noise. That's the only thing I can do for you. The rest, you have to do it on your own. Don't believe me. I have no special powers. I'm not special. I'm not blessed. Please, the only thing I have done differently, maybe, is I left the rock, as my good friend Tony says. I left the rock, and I trusted my own intuition. And there's no looking back. There's no looking back to the rock. Once you do that, you are truly free. It's like you have experience, and near that experience, and you know, like this gentleman, he knows. It's amazing what I feel looking at this guy. Amazing, because he knows, okay? He knows. So that's why he said, I stopped believing in God because it's not belief. I know the Creator. I've seen the oneness. I've seen the universe. I've seen it all. So I don't need faith or belief. That's behind. That's the rock. And I'm somewhere else. So I hope you enjoyed this very emotional episode. I was really fired up to do this one. I hope I did a good job. As always, I gave it my all. You decided there's something here. My suggestion is at least look at this 14-minute video. Wow, I don't know if this person is still with us in this reality, but I'm gonna see if there's a way to get him on a collaboration, because that will be an amazing show. That will be an amazing show to be able to ask questions to this guy, because I felt so incredible listening to his testimony on a near-death experience. Hope you enjoyed this Friday episode. I know it wasn't a short one. Again, 4 videos, that's hard to do, but it was good stuff. I hope you liked it. If you haven't seen it, if you are a new subscriber, please stay for the last 2 minutes of the show. Have a great weekend. Enjoy with family and friends. It's very important we enjoy this live with family and friends. Trust me, I have a point. Everything's okay. I shall see you back on Monday. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how old emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from touching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you'd like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very